Well, while the candidates are making their final push for office, election officials are making sure they're prepared for what's expected to be one of the largest gubernatorial elections in years. News 8's Kyle Dimke joins us now to explain.
Well, 2.5 million people are expected to cast a ballot on Tuesday in Wisconsin, according to the Government Accountability Board. In La Crosse, there are over 30,000 registered voters as of October 1st, and today the group in charge of making sure things go according to plan on Election Day receive their training, their first step in a very long election process.
The day starts at 6 a.m.
Up and at their polling location before the sun comes up. Election workers have a long day and a lot of hard work ahead of them come Election Day.
The law requires certain documents to be posted at every single polling place. And so we have to make sure that all those are hung, that all of the materials are organized, that we've got the registration area set up with all the materials for voter registration.
To prepare for it all, those working at the polls sit through a training session before each election.
I feel that it's important to train for every election because the laws are different. They're constantly changing. And there can be some things that are different in a November election compared to a partisan primary, as an example.
Saturday, these 150 or so election workers are learning the correct way to hand voters a ballot, what forms are accepted and not accepted when registering voters, and they're reminded there is no ID required to vote.
There have been a lot of changes. Election workers take an oath to follow the laws, and they have to be trained on what those laws are.
After what has already been a 14-hour workday, the polls close at 8 p.m. on Tuesday. But that doesn't mean the day is done. Workers then have to process all absentee ballots, write-in candidates, and give all results to the county clerk.
So it might be 11 o'clock by the time they leave. It may be a little bit earlier, a little bit later. We just never know for sure. So it's always a very long day.
And I spoke with some veteran election workers about what Election Day is like. No one wanted to comment on camera, but they say the day can get long, it can be stressful, but they enjoy it enough to keep coming back each year.
All right, thanks so much, Kyle. A reminder to voters that there is no photo ID required to vote in this election. If you have any questions about voting, registering to vote, or where your polling location is, visit myvote.wi.gov.